Hi, I'm Lauren Fix, and welcome to another episode of The Car Coach. Today we are talking subcompact cars. These are fun pocket rockets, and this is the 2018 Subaru WRX STI. Yeah, there's a regular WRX. That's fine, a little sporty for the everyday driver, but this is something a little special. If you want to look at the WRX, check out the other video. This STI is very cool. Love the brilliant blue, and of course some changes for this year besides the looks are the big Brembo brakes. And I love the fact that they're like in your face green, slime green. Inside this vehicle are brand new Recaro seats, and that is an option, as well as I always laugh about the scaffolding I call on the back of this car. This is a boy racer car. Now, I'm not a boy racer. We will talk to a boy racer in just a little bit. But I want to talk to you about this vehicle. It's got more horsepower, better handling, better brakes, and this year it has an electronic differential, but one that you can adjust yourself. So if you're really serious about pro rallying off-road, this vehicle would be a blast to drive. So I think we just take it for a spin. We'll talk to a boy racer, and then we'll wrap this up. This sport compact has a lot of upgrades for 2018. Revised front styling, which is much more aggressive and includes a redesigned front grille. 19-inch aluminum alloy wheels, which is a first for the WRX STI. Those big Brembo brakes I mentioned, of course they're 6-piston, so they've got some real stopping power, and dual piston in the rear. I really love that yellowish finish. I keep coming back to that because it's really different than everything else on the road. Electronic driver-controlled center differential. They call it DCCD, which you can adjust yourself in automatic or in a manual mode where you can increase or decrease depending upon where you're driving. Of course, for off-road, you can have a lot of fun with this car. Revised high-performance STI sport-tuned suspension that are designed to go with those new rims and tires. Available Recaro performance design seats, which are very comfortable, 8-way power driver's seat. Upgraded interior materials, which are quieter, although compared to its competition, it's kind of loud in the interior, although Subarus typically are, even though they say there is better insulation and thicker glass. However, it's still kind of tinny. Automatic LED low and high beam headlights that are height adjustment control. Now, I do like some of the new upgrades, such as the 5.9-inch color multifunction display. That's great. Of course, I really love the red seat belts. It's the first thing I noticed. All-wheel drive, of course. Now, this vehicle's got a lot of nice things. The spoiler is still kind of humorous to me because bigger is not always better, but for a boy racer, it typically is. It's got rear backup camera, and it's got a lot of other options, including the 7-inch multimedia plus smartphone application and 6 speakers. It's got all the things that you would want because it's about music for this generation. Now, the ultra suede leather trim upholstery is very nice, and of course I really love those 19-inch wheels. As any mom would say, you're probably going to get a ticket with this vehicle. But let's ask a millennial.
Now for a millennial perspective, as promised. So I have some friends that gush over the WRX, and they say it's one of the best cars ever made, and that the STI is only better. So I came into it thinking, you know what, this car has to be awesome. It has to be, you know, a good performance vehicle. It's got to have space. It's got to have technology. It's got to feel like a race car for the street. And to a certain degree it is, but unfortunately I think I might have been hyped up so much that I was expecting one thing and got something else. I think that it's really good as a road car that has a lot of aspects of a race car, but you have to keep in mind that for about $40,000, this is not a full purebred sports car. This is the kind of thing you could take to a track day, but there's many cars that will do much better than it that are in a higher price point. So this is a lot of fun for the street. It's a lot of fun to screw around, and I know that a good majority of people, at least from my experience, will modify these things to bring it far above its current horsepower rating, around the low 300s and up towards about 400, where most people say that's really where it really comes alive with a little bit of tuning. So this is kind of like a custom racer, and there's no reason why you shouldn't buy a car and make it your own. And I think this is the epitome of that. So that's pretty much my perspective, and now back to you, Lauren.
Thanks for your input, Paul. It really means a lot to have a good balance on the millennial generation versus what everybody else is thinking. I think this car is a lot of fun. This is a vehicle that you can have a blast with in the winter. Of course, I think I would put winter tires on rather than a performance tire. And the color options are great. The look of this vehicle is fun. You can take this to any rally and have a blast. Is it a road course car? No. Is it an unusual street car? It certainly stands out in the crowd. Then again, I like vehicles that stand out in the crowd. There's a lot of changes for this vehicle. There is no incentives on this car because, believe me, they make them, they sell them. These are not getting discounts. So if you're thinking about buying a WRX STI, this is the vehicle to get. It's a lot of fun to drive. Don't forget to check out the competition. You got the Ford and you got the Golf. All the details are down below. All I can tell you is this car's got some good pickup, and I've never been the biggest fan of Subarus, as many of you know, but this one is a lot of fun. So for more information, check out our website, laurenfix.com. Sign up for that free newsletter. Of course, if you like this video, like it, share it. If you got a comment either on something Paul said or something I said, please put that down below. If you own a WRX and you have a blast with it, tell me what you love about this vehicle. And of course, if you bought a competitor, I'd like to know that as well. I know this vehicle comes from pro rallying, and I have pro rallied, and now I'm doing different forms of racing. However, Subaru has always been known for that era, and that is what a lot of their history is from. So if you got any comments, like I said, put them below. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share. Check out our His Turn, Her Turn videos on your local ABC station, or of course, go to histurnherturn.com. And we thank you so much for your subscriptions, your likes, your shares, and we'll see you next time. Check out those other videos too.